Hi, what you are watching is a brand new music video, Story I Tell Myself, which has just dropped from Canadian singer Lindsey Ell, who's now living in Nashville, and has been in the midst of a major reawakening with a new but familiar sound and a new lease on life. And what you're watching is, of course, her music video, Story I Tell Myself, but she's got her new EP coming out October 25th called Love Myself, and she joins us live now on CP24 Breakfast. Lindsey, it's so great to have you with us this morning.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Congratulations on this new music video, which I think matches perfectly with the song. You've been kind of on a journey of finding yourself again, loving yourself again. And I know that sometimes sounds cliche, but for you, it carries a lot of weight because of how open you've been about your own trauma and struggles in 2020.
Yeah, I think, you know, if anything I've learned as a musician and an artist, I've learned the power of music. Mm-hmm. And from coming out with my story as a sexual assault survivor in 2020, writing a song about that, starting my own foundation, really getting to learn that music is this universal language, that I can write a song and a stranger on the other side of the globe can hear it and feel inspired to maybe go to therapy or tell their story to a friend or better themselves in some way or find deeper healing in some way. And so if anything, I've just learned that and wanted to do that at a whole deeper level, this project. I got diagnosed with an eating disorder last year, and the past couple years of my life have been the most healing years of my life in so many ways. And I really wanted to incorporate all of that into this next project.
Mm-hmm. And you know, the foundation that you founded called the Make You movement is based on your song released in 2020 called Make You. I watched the music video for it, and as a survivor myself of child sexual abuse, it really resonated with me. I don't think we talk enough about it. I don't think we talk about the damage it does to your psyche as a kid, how it does make you hate yourself, inherit the shame that should be put on your perpetrator, but it's on you. And you spoke volumes about it with your lyrics, with such simplicity and genuine grace. And you held that for so long before even coming out to tell the story. So what made you decide, I'm going to share it?
Well, thank you so much for even just being so vulnerable yourself. I mean, I really was working with a group of children with this organization called Youth for Tomorrow. And I remember going there to help them launch their music program. And I was sitting in this conference room with a bunch of little girls, and we were all sharing our stories. And I just think that when things happen to children, they do not, I mean, adults don't have the tools to deal with this stuff, let alone kids. Like, they just don't have the tools to deal with all of these really deep problems. And so I remember sitting around this conference room with all of these little girls, and this 12-year-old little girl was sitting beside me. And she said, Lindsey, my parents sold me to a sex trafficking company when I was 8 years old. And I just remember being so taken aback, and yet she had so much light in her eyes and in her heart. And I'm like, if this little 12-year-old girl can inspire me that much, then who am I to say that my story can't help somebody else? Wow. And so from that point forward, I was like, I need to be vulnerable with the things that I'm going through. And if anything, that has been like the major shift in even just my creativity and what I want to write as a songwriter, being able to connect with fans in that way. I mean, I remember after releasing Make You, I got thousands and thousands of DMs. Yeah. And really from this project, just after releasing Story I Tell Myself, it's been kind of the same result. Fans just being like, thank you for writing this music. This song hits me so hard, and you've really inspired me to go do blah, 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 blah. And so it's been really amazing just to see how powerful music can be.
Yeah, it really is. And your honesty with your music on this new EP.
Thank you.
I also know that you're touring right now with your musical hero, Shania Twain. You're her lead guitarist. Yeah. So Vegas residency up until 2025. How has that been like?
It has been wild. At the beginning of this year, I had no idea that I was ever going to be a sideman in my entire career. And when I look at some of my guitar heroes, like John Mayer is touring with Dead & Co. Stevie Ray Vaughan went out and toured with David Bowie for a couple years. And so the fact that the Queen herself asked me to come out and play with her, I mean, you never say no to Shania, let's just be real. And it has been the most wonderful time of my life. She is lovely. She's so generous. And I've been able to work with one of my idols ever since I was a little girl. I've been able to play songs that I learned how to sing from, when I was 8 years old, and now I'm 3 feet away from her on stage playing that exact same song. So it's just been such a beautiful full circle moment.
Yeah, that must be surreal and so meta to look over and be like, what?
Truly.
Shania Twain?
Yeah.
Obviously, you impressed her much. So that's really, really awesome. Lindsey Ell, check out her new EP, Love Myself, coming out October 25th. And you can go watch the music video, Story I Tell Myself. It's streaming on YouTube right now. Lindsey, what a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in and being so honest and sharing your story.
Thank you so much
Appreciate
for having
it.
me.
Thank you. Thank you.